Hello, friends. My name is Jimbo Ivy, and on behalf of the City of Corvallis Parks and Recreation Department, I'd like to welcome you to the virtual cornucopia of Zoom entertainment that we loosely refer to as Quarantainment at the Majestic Theater. Whether you're here for MajesticPiece Theater, Friday Night Funny, or our Sunday Playwriting Showcase, I'd like to thank you for helping keep our performers, writers, and technicians engaged with your patronage of these free performances. Since the pandemic began, we've had dozens of these performances, and they represent hundreds of hours of work by hundreds of volunteers and staff in very challenging circumstances. A pandemic, a racial justice revolution, conflagrations, a seemingly endless string of tragedies, and yet they come back every week to bring their passions to our community. Why? Because they are majestic. And so are you. And we need your help to keep the show going during this bizarre year of 2020. In order for the Majestic to keep arts and culture alive in our community, we need you. We need you to keep coming to our free shows, but also we need you to buy tickets to our live-streamed paid performances. We have such shows planned for every month through the end of our season, but without your support, we won't be able to make them or continue to support our free content. With our Pick What You Pay model, you can pay as little as $10 to see them, or if you can, pay as much as you like. We need you to share with your friends and family how much you enjoy these shows and encourage them to catch the next performance and the one after that. And for those of you that are able, please consider donating to the Majestic now or during our holiday donation drive. Because of reduced revenues, we have cut our staffing and spending to the bone. But we still have a donation goal of $100,000 to hit this year to make it. So, if you can give, please give. We have struggled before at the Majestic, as all arts venues do. But now is the time, my friends. Now is when we need you the most. And we'll make it. Why? Because we, all of us together, are majestic.
The work you are about to see is not based on a true story. It is total fiction. Remember that if you begin to feel alarm, we take no responsibility for any panic in the streets resulting from audience members believing it is real. Conversely, if during our production, by pure happenstance, the Earth really is invaded by bug-eyed monsters from outer space, please comply with local authorities. We take no responsibility for any suspension of belief inadvertently created by our previous disclaimer. Enjoy the show.
Hi, love. Are you drinking already?
Oh, well, it's after 9 here in Chicago, and I deserve a celebratory nightcap.
An exhibition of exultation would indicate you got the grant.
They doubled what I was asking. Once they were able to grok the implication of my new peptide ketone synthesis, they were more excited about it than I was.
No pity you had to fly there to explain it. It seemed quite obvious to me. Now, don't overdo the celebration and forget your early flight tomorrow.
No worries. My flight was actually delayed by disturbances in the ionosphere.
Oh, well, don't airplanes traverse the troposphere?
I believe magnetic flux bleed over hinders their instrumentation. But ask Robert. That's his field. He should be here soon. I sent him the link.
Oh, good. I'm happy to have a few moments alone with you first, though. I miss you.
I miss you too, love. I'll be back underfoot soon enough. You know, I think it's wonderful that Robert found someone. He's typically painfully shy around women.
Yeah, it's not such a wonder. I mean, he's a handsome boy with a great job. I hate to think he might be settling.
Don't fret on that. Men of my line have always proven empirically superior in the quest to procure the perfect mate. And none have demonstrated that proof half as well as I.
Oh, you say the sweetest things. We're both incredibly lucky on that score, sweetie.
Oh, luck is a subjective construct. I say it was serendipitous.
And I concur. Please don't get tipsy and embarrass Robert in front of his new girl. What did you have for supper?
Well, now that you mention it, between jet lag and the symposium, I plumb forgot to eat.
Howard Starr! You call room service right now and order something. You need food in your stomach if you're going to drink. You know better.
That's a good idea. Thanks, dear.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Good to see you both.
Oh, Robbie, you're looking fit. Where's your fiancé?
Yeah, about that. Sorry to do this, but I just logged on to tell you that I can't make it.
But you did make it. You're here.
Yeah, but I need to log back off again. Big emergency at work.
Huh. Is it related to disturbances in the ionosphere?
How did you hear about that?
Your father's flight home is delayed. Do those affect the troposphere?
Well, that's a nominal side effect of some truly significant phenomenon.
Ooh, what kind of phenomenon?
Sorry, can't say. Highly classified, top secret. If I told you, I could be arrested. But watch the news tomorrow. It's that big.
Oh, Robert, if your lady friend got cold feet, that's fine with us. No need to make up stories.
No story, Dad. It's legit. And Doris may still be joining you, but I've been unable to reach her since my orders came.
Well, stay on long enough to introduce us. You know, it wouldn't be polite to make the poor girl meet us alone.
I think that you'll find that Doris is more than comfortable introducing herself. This setup was more her idea than mine.
Oh, well, you know, it can be traumatic confronting one's fiance's parents for the first time for most people. Okay.
Doris isn't most people, and please don't confront her. Be nice.
Please try and reschedule. It just wouldn't be fair to her.
Oh, you want an even playing field, huh? Well, I will try, but the NASA Emergency Task Force will be severing my civilian contact at any time. That's the security protocol when patching me into the mainframe.
You're not reporting to base?
No time. They want me on ASAP. I told you this was big.
Oh, wow. Well, love you, son. Are you going to reschedule with Doris?
I'll try. I promise. Love you, Mom. You too, Dad.
Did you find something to eat yet?
Oh,
Howard.
I'm still perusing the options for something appealing.
All right.
Hello,
Oh,
you must be Mr. and Mrs. Starr.
oh, and you must be Doris. Delighted to meet you.
I'm glad to meet you, Miss McKenna. I'm afraid we've some bad news. Robert was called away.
Oh no. I missed his call.
He's home. He's being linked to NASA on emergency protocol. They're cutting his access to outside calls.
What kind of emergency?
Hey, you couldn't tell us. It's highly classified.
I went to voicemail. Guess my timing was bad here.
I wouldn't worry. It's probably just a drill.
Yeah, true. He might log back on. Well, I hope you can stay on and get acquainted while you're here. But we'd understand if you'd rather wait until Robert can be with us.
No, I'm so excited to finally meet the people who made Robert. You did such a terrific job. I really owe you my thanks.
We're just doing our part to aid mankind's endeavor to achieve an evolutionary pinnacle.
Well, you may have succeeded. Mr. Starr, Robert tells me you're up for an MSI grant in Chicago?
And I triumphed majestically. Do you know anything about parthenogenic propagation?
No, but it sounds fascinating. And you, Mrs. Starr, Robert tells me you won the Frontiers of Knowledge Award for redefining the relationship between syntax and morphemes.
Well, I haven't won it yet. Merely one of the finalists.
He says you're a shoo-in. Wow. I knew coming here to the source of Robert's towering intellect, but I didn't realize until now where he got his good looks.
Oh, honey, you take the prize for flattery, my dear.
Oh, most sincere, I assure you.
Well, evidently he's expounded more about us than you. He's never told us exactly what you do.
Oh, I work at the Houston Natural History Museum, and I am developing a doctoral thesis on the extinction of indigenous societies.
Huh. Extinction seems a grim subject for such a sweet young lady.
My focus is on prevention. I'm a cultural anthropologist.
So you study the development of human society.
My wife is a walking dictionary.
Linguistic psychologist.
And I'm a molecular biologist with an emphasis in genetics.
I think Mr. Starr wins that round.
I like her, Helen. Robert's serendipity may even rival my own.
Tell us, Doris, how did you meet my son?
On a tour of the NASA Johnson Visitor Center.
Oh, you're interested in space.
Who isn't? No meet cute story, but we hit it off right away. I never knew a man existed so handsome, funny, kind, and smart. All of our stars aligned that day. Between Venus and Mars, we were over the moon.
None of which are stars. Robert is an astronomical physicist. I hope you're not filling his mind with astrological nonsense.
Oh, Lord, no, I wouldn't think of it. You must be a Taurus.
Well played, Miss McKenna.
Well, I know our courtship might seem whirlwind to you, but Robert and I are truly deeply in love with each other. I have nothing but tremendous admiration for both of you and very much desire that we get along.
Well, don't mind Helen. She lives to play these games. She really does like you, I think.
He's right. I believe you really are okay.
Your entire family is superlatively okay in my book. I hope one day to be a part of it, but now I think it's time to go. If Robert returns, please have him give me a call.
You can be sure he will. And when he does, ring him out for stranding you here alone with us.
It was a genuine pleasure. Ta-ta.
Bye.
You know, our Robert did really well. That's a very fine lady.
Did you order something to eat?
Oh, I'm still deducing what I'm in the mood for.
Howard Starr. Put the drink down. Put it down. I see you. And don't touch it again until you've eaten.
Aye, mon capitaine.
It's a slippery slope, mister. I want to keep the chat open in case Robert comes back, okay? But I need to tinkle. No drinking. I got to tinkle. Hold down the fort, okay?
How do you do?
Are you back already? I'm still looking, honey. They offer quite an eclectic selection of comestibles here.
Am I addressing Rob Star?
What's that about Robert's address, dear?
Summon your apex so I may deliver our ultimatum to your top potentates.
Deliver the what? Oh! Yes, a potato! That'll hit the spot. Thanks, hon. Yes, hello? Get me room service.
Rob Earthstar now summons their apex. The Earth apex would appear to be named rooms of us.
Now, this is room service, right? Room 222 here. 1 baked potato with the works. Yep, everything. The ultimate potato. Oh, what's that? Oh, sure, that's okay. Just send it up when you can. Whoa! What the? Who are you?
Rob Star?
You're not Robert Starr.
You're Rob Star.
I am Howard Starr.
How, Odd Star? I am Zygloom Ambassador Cactarox.
Ambassador who from where?
Cactarox of Zygloom. As this mission's top diplomatic attaché, I am superlatively fluid in every one of Earth's languages. Would you prefer we converse in another?
Back. Hello. Wait, who's your friend?
She cannot be Apex.
No, she's Helen Starr. My wife. Helen, this is Ambassador Cactarox?
When will rooms or Voss arrive? It is of utmost urgency that we deliver our ultimatum to your top potentate.
Oh, potentate. Earlier I thought you said potato.
Why would I say potato?
I thought you were my wife.
Why would I say potato?
As a menu suggestion, I ordered a baked potato, which actually sounds particularly delectable right now. Oh, but the cook is at lunch, so it might take an hour.
Then you best eat fast. In 1 hour, the planet Earth will be utterly obliterated, unless its apex is summoned here and makes the Zygloom pledge of eternal, obsequious compliance.
Come again?
What?
Commence countdown. Zygloom has unequivocally now delivered the ultimatum by proxy. It is now Howard's obligation to relay.
Hold on. What if I don't accept the obligation?
Regrettably, the intermediary appears to be of limited intellectual efficacy. This does not bode well for our mission's success.
I'll have you know I'm a summa cum laude.
I grow uncertain this planet is worthy of conquest. But we're here now. What the heck? Failure will result in human extinction. Do any other elements of my statement require elucidation?
Now, why should we take you seriously? And who sent you the link to this chat room?
The answer to your first query is the vast armada of warships infesting your troposphere. Your second question was not an element of my previous statement. Zygloom demands immediate annexation of the planet. The operative word being immediate.
Excuse me, Cactarox? The term apex implies you seek the highest point in some series or hierarchy.
Yeah.
Could you please clarify its meaning within the context of your demand?
Oh, Helen Star, you appear to be more astute than your mate.
Oh, hear that, Howie?
I defer to your expertise in this particular field, my sweet. Conversing with loonies is more your bag.
We seek the absolute top potentate on this planet, the one to which all others bow.
In colloquial terms, take me to your leader.
Your translation is semi-precise. We demand you bring your leader to us.
No such leader exists.
There is an apex on every planet. It is imperative yours report here and make the pledge, or your entire planet shall be utterly annihilated in 58 minutes.
You said we had an hour.
Time is ticking.
What is the pledge you want him to make? Eternal obsequious compliance is impressive word construction. Could you expand upon its meaning?
Every man, woman, and child on Earth and their descendants must serve faithfully and unconditionally all whims of Zygloom Empire for the entirety of existence.
Wow. So, in a word, slavery.
In 3 words, eternal, obsequious, and compliance.
You know, I think this might be a friend of Robert's doing performance art. Well, it's not really my taste, but commendable commitment to the role.
Belly full of waiting. Obtain pledge now or release the Kraken. Vessels are ready to fire. Commence rolling the ball.
Look at her there are 2 of them.
Thanks for the confirmation. I thought I was starting to see double.
Clemency Gertzenbluk, Zygloom will respect terms of the ultimatum. Hold your fire until the hour has expired.
This planet will make big boom. If your pitiful apex not pledge in time, your Earth shall be immediately, thoroughly, and irredeemably insulated.
Oh, I think you mean annihilated.
Or perhaps eradicated.
Obliterated?
Exterminated.
Oh.
Gertzenbluk has excelled in many Earth languages, but he hasn't quite mastered the English tongue.
English hard. There are stupid exceptions to every rule, but soon will to be a dead language from a planet-sized mass of smoking rubble. Armada Cordon is complete. Hostages are procured. Military might ultrally neutralized. Your world now lies helpless at our feet, subject to our ruthless pity.
Zygloom doom looms over you all. 56 minutes left to make your call. Countdown to destruction ticks apace. Your apex must pledge to save his race.
Oh my
What?
Bravo, you two, bravo. An impressive spiel, positively Shakespearean.
As a former thespian myself, I admire the work you've put into your characters. But the costume accessories don't quite suit the thematic ensemble.
To ease acceptance by your apex, we adopt the disguise of human males. Obviously the dominant species on Earth.
A commendable choice from a motivational standpoint, but a little cliche. Ooh, have you considered making your alien characters asexual?
Zygloom are neither male nor female.
Haha, I knew it! I was getting a neuter vibe, indicative of true acting talent. Yeah, I think you'll find this meeting fortuitous to your efforts to develop realistic alien character backgrounds that pop. Because as a renowned leading expert on asexual propagation, I am the perfect man to help.
The only help required of you is summoning the Earth Apex.
I love your dedication to staying in character. And you there, great mute emoting.
Howard dear? I'm not sure this is the time.
Oh, nonsense. It's the perfect time. I rarely get to talk shop with non-scientists. Have you determined which reproductive method these creatures use? Fission is a bit messy. Agamemogenesis is too mundane. I suggest budding.
Oh, deviant, bilious, preposterous, warped, degenerate, boorish, lout! Patooey!
Oh,
I think I may have touched a nerve.
Gertzenbluk considers budding not a topic for polite company.
I apologize for my husband. I think he's had, just one too many drinking, Howard.
I assure you, no offense was intended. I'm a great supporter of the arts.
Honey, why don't you log off and go have a cup of coffee while I smooth things over, okay?
Very well, dear. Bye, you two. And I enjoyed your act. Good luck with your project.
I must say, as the proxy charged with an urgent mission critical to your world's survival, your mate's behavior is distressingly cavalier. Aid him if you value your planet.
Well, he's having a hard time believing you're for real, and frankly, so am I. You simply have to give us more time.
There is no more time!
Why not? What's the hurry?
Apex must make the pledge before this world is discovered by another entity.
Oh, what other entity?
An entity so dreadful and gruesome. It would be better for your planet to perish than to be found by them.
Oh. Does this entity have a name?
Fab! Where's Fab?
No, Fab Garson Blue. I am merely explaining exigency of mission.
Oh my god.
Fab, but Tui!
Oh. Zygloom shall save you from the Fab by granting a quick, painless end. Or if your apex makes the pledge, you will live under our protection in blissful compliance.
Blissful, obsequious compliance? Yeah.
Eternal blissful obsequious compliance includes offspring and perpetuity.
And you're saying we have 56 minutes to decide?
Oh no, 54 minutes, 40 seconds.
Oh. Well, I mean, you came to the wrong people. Howard and I have no connection to anyone in power.
Rooms or Voss?
Well, that's who Howard called to order his potato.
Rob Star.
Robert is my son. He works for NASA.
Pray he can help you. You must summon Apex here, and he must make the pledge. Should you fail, your world is forfeit. Time is ticking. I'll be back.
Such a task would take months, if not years. But it's impossible. What the? Oh my god! All right, Robert, you brat! Ha! You had your little joke. Ha! And now you can log back on and laugh at your mother. Oh my gosh, not funny. Very funny.
Oh, Mom.
Robert!
So glad you're still on. Where's Dad?
At a symposium in Chicago. Wonderful joke, son. Not really. Ridiculously inane, and yet somehow almost believable. Really. Your actor friends, they sold it so well. Oh my God. Are we on a prank show?
What are you on about? I don't have much time. NASA opened our public port just long enough for us to warn our families. Cell service is down. For some reason, though, only the internet is working.
Your emergency wasn't a drill?
No, it was real, Mom. Gloriously real. Spaceships bigger than life. Bigger even. Thousands and thousands congesting the sky all over the world.
What? Armada Cordon is complete.
But do not go out to look at them. I came to warn you. They are taking people, drawing them into the sky with some sort of beam.
Hostages are procured.
Well, we're not sure they're hostages. There's been no communication, so we don't even know what they want. Stay indoors and warn anyone that you can.
Robert, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Mom.
Then I know what they want. They were here.
At your house?
No, in the chat room. They just left. Cactarox and Gartzum Bluke.
Mom, I told you this isn't a joke.
Is our military might utterly neutralized?
How did you know about that?
They told me. They also said if we will not agree to make this to everyone on Earth to be their slave within 52 minutes, they'll exterminate the lot of us.
52 minutes?
They gave us 60, but we've wasted 8.
What reason would a race of such obvious technological advancement have to enslave or destroy mankind?
To save us from the Fufab.
The Fufab? I don't know if you're joking or if you lost your marbles, but seriously, you need to warn Dad. Oh, warn Doris, and do not go outside.
Okay. The Zygloom are bad, but the Fufab are worse. So please, I need you to talk to Cactarox and patch him through to someone in charge. He asked for you by name, your name.
By name?
Uh-huh.
Chet Mason, our MCC Capcom's knack for dirty tricks, earned him the nickname Jester. Probably would have cost him his job if he weren't such a whiz with contact.
No. I don't believe it's a joke, son. I don't. They were too convincing.
But how would ETs hack a chat room and know my name? It had to be Chet. I gotta go. I will make him come back and apologize. I promise.
No.
Warn the others. Love you, Mom. Bye.
No, Robert. He didn't believe. Time is ticking. Oh my God.
Hey, did they leave? I'm sorry if I came off as rude. But what did I miss?
Oh my God.
Helen, what did I miss?
Thank you. Hello, I'm Sandy Tigrini, here in New York with a breaking world news report. Stories are coming in from every country of enormous objects hovering in the sky. Hundreds, thousands, maybe millions. Scientists surmise these are actual alien spacecraft. But do they come in peace? No one knows. There has been no attempt at contact. As far as talking, that is. Witness what just happened on the street outside New York's favorite sportscaster, New York's favorite sportscaster, Jake O'Doul.
Absolutely, I'll go on the record. If the Jets ever win the Super Bowl again, may God strike me dead. What the?
I myself witnessed Jake float up into the sky on an iridescent ray of light, kicking and screaming all the way. Beam me up, Scotty, am I right? Hey, Jake, if you don't come back, can I have your parking place? But I kid. The situation is serious. Citizens are being advised not to go outside. Stay indoors with your curtains drawn. And stay tuned to this station so we can keep you informed. We have exclusives. In fact, here's one now. We bring you live now to Central Park for an on-the-scene report by on-the-scene reporter Maxwell Stidwell.
Well, thank you, Sandy. This is on-the-scene reporter Maxwell Stidwell with an on-the-scene report on the scene in Central Park.
Maxwell, can you see any ships from where you are?
No, Sandy, there are no ships here on the scene. Wait, I think, yes, I do see one, but it's small, tiny, the size of a gnat, or a fly, or a bird, maybe a cow. Oh, wait, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger very fast.
Can you get a shot of it?
No, Sandy, I can't. I'm a reporter. I'll ask the cameraman. Come back here. The cameraman is running away. You coward!
What's the ship doing now?
Oh God, it's big. It's big as a house, a skyscraper, a mountain. Actually, it's not that bad. Aesthetically, it's bright, it's clean, it's shiny. Wait a minute, it's opening. Oh, mother of God, what is that? No! No!
It appears we've lost our feed. Good report, Maxwell, as usual on the scene. We now return those of you in the rest of the country to your regularly scheduled program, but will return with any further developments. Those of you in New York are in for a treat, a particularly poignant segment featuring pretty little kitties with hats.
Egad! Did you hear that, Helen? The alien invasion is real.
I know. Robert told me. But he didn't believe me about the Zygloom. Time is ticking. We're doomed.
You're feeling pretty sorry for yourself there, Helen. You know, the woman I married would never give up so easy.
So easy. What can we do? On one side, the vast, relentless, invincible Zygloom Empire, armed with more technological might than we can even imagine, and then on the other side is us.
And us is all we need. You know, in times like these, I consider the words of esteemed philosopher Machona Diluwayo, who said, "In order to bring down the great, you have to be able to reach the stars." We are the stars, Helen. You and I.
And Robbie. But what hope can we have to prevail?
We wield mankind's greatest weapon, science. If we can't outfight them, we'll outthink them. We are the smartest people we know.
And then some.
You know, in preparation for our tribulation, we must pre-organize our intellectual toolbox.
Okay.
Let's see. We have astronomical physics, linguistics, psychology, molecular biology.
With an emphasis in genetics.
And we appear to brandish an imposingly well-rounded arsenal. But it leans a tad heavy on the hard sciences. We could use a smidge more on the social side.
True.
Oh, hello.
Oh. Cultural.
Anthropologist.
Yes.
Are you two okay?
Well, we're wonderful now that you're here.
Have you heard from Robert? I saw on the news.
Yeah, we know. Robert's fine, but listen. Okay, catching you up will take a lot of exposition, and we really can't spare the time.
Tell her about the ultimatum.
Okay, in 45 minutes, the Earth will be utterly obliterated unless we compel our apex to make the Zygloom pledge of eternal obsequious compliance.
Clear enough. Where do we start?
Oh.
We must amass data. When Cactarox returns to check our progress, we subtly ply from it situational criteria, which we can apply our science to in order to extrapolate an equation capable of producing a satisfactory solution.
I'm with you. Let's go. Mind if I take notes?
Oh. Where on earth did Robert find you?
I told you, the Johnson NASA Visitor Center.
Oh, Star? Hell and Star. And who is she?
Hi, I'm Doris.
Doris cannot be the apex. Where is Rooms Ervas? You have 39 minutes. Time is ticking.
'Tis true, time is ticking, but sometimes still remains. And as long as it does, we have hope. And my hope is we can take some of that ticking time and maybe talk this over like rational beings.
Pointless, but proceed.
Tell me about your father.
I said subtly, Ply, Helen. Subtly.
The word father refers to the male progenitor of children. Zygloom are neither male nor female. That word only applies to binary procreators.
In my professional opinion, the Zygloom method of procreation would have many advantages. I'm curious if the process of budding is painful, or does one feel bliss?
I myself have not yet been blessed with that honor, but I understand it is, something of both.
If you were to bud, how would you feel about the child?
It would be me.
Yes, that is the joy of having a child, creating different versions of yourself. Yes.
No other versions. It would be me. I would be it, and it would be me.
There's no reason to get upset.
I'm not upset. Just feeling impotent in my inability to impress upon you the importance of your impelling your apex presence.
Gatarox is impotent.
Not impotent! Oh. Impatient to prepare the prompt compliance of your top potentate.
Oh.
Did you just say potato?
I did not! I am getting the distinct impression of an intention to impede here.
Or might it be repressed feelings of inadequacy over your inability to...
I impugn that implication. Your impudence impinges on insolence. In point of fact, a permit for procreation will be my prize should I succeed in procuring this planet's pledge.
Oh, so among your people, budding is a prideful privilege.
For many, yes. Others, however, experience intense shame. Some experience arousal. A few even seek out bud peep shows.
Oh, I know I said I was ready, but that is a bit much.
But the truly sick and depraved find titillation in media depictions of binary procreation.
Appears to be a universal taboo. Now, tell me about when you yourself
See,
considering...
from intrusive interrogation, it is profitless to delay further. Summon your apex now.
I assure you, Cactarox, we are diligently striving to acquiesce to your demand. We just need a little more time.
No, time is non-negotiable. Zygloom brooks no delay.
Speaking of time, what shows on my phone doesn't match my computer?
Magnetic flux bleed over from ships in the troposphere adversely impacts all the Earth devices unshielded by Zygloom technology. Most of your networks are down. We protect the internet specifically to facilitate this negotiation.
But without chronometers, how are we to know how much time we have left?
I will tell you. 33 minutes to the big kibosh. I will return when half that time expires. If you have not summoned your apex to take the pledge by that time, Gartzenbluk shall whip his armada to frenzy, and the Zygloom hordes will howl madly, chomping at the bit for the taste of blood and fire, reined in only by the fact that I'll gift you one last gasp visit just ere time expires. Pin then your salvation on the tiny shred of hope that you can summon and compel your apex to make the pledge, for or should you fail, the planet Earth and everything on it will be annihilated, exterminated, obliterated, eradicated, immolated, and finally inoculated.
Inoculated?
Yes, with antibacteria to ensure every single shattered shred of cinder is never again capable of supporting life. Time is ticking.
They'd murder bacteria too? They're certifiably pathological. We must thwart their megalomaniacal diabolicality. I do believe their method of propagation is key to their defeat. But hypothesis non fingo. I glean insufficient specifics to fully grasp the implications.
I too feel the inklings of a plausible hypothesis, but lack adequate empirical evidence to quite advance a credible theory.
I got nothing. My field of study is humans, not hermaphroditic space beasts.
Hermaphrodites are the opposite of neuters? But I digress. We will be allowed only one more opportunity for analytical observation in time to avail of our learnings. In the meanwhile, I require some moments to pore over my notes.
I concur. A brief consultation with my theological tomes. They're in order. Yeah.
Oh, Mom, Dad, Doris. Good, you're all here.
It's great to see you, son. Doris will fill you in. Your mother and I, we must sequester for a spell in our respective studies.
I used to think that that was a euphemism for, sex. But they're 2,119 miles apart.
Frankly, I doubt that would stop them. But at the moment, they have bigger fish to fry. How much do you know?
I know I've missed you terribly all day. I know I wish I could hold you in my arms and tell you that everything will be okay.
I wish that too.
I also know that those ships are terrifying and powerful and capable of inflicting upon us horrendous atrocities of unimaginable magnitude. But we've seen no indication of hostile intent.
Whoa, you really don't know anything, do you?
I knew all that.
You spoke to your mom. I assumed you were in on the loop.
Oh, she seemed upset. I thought a buddy of mine had messed with her, but he denied it. She was babbling nonsense syllables like Garzenblook, Zygloom, and Foofab.
I don't know Garzenblook, but I met the Zygloom ambassador, Cactarox, and it's the real deal. If we cannot meet their demand to negotiate a worldwide pledge of eternal obsequious compliance in, 32 minutes, every single one of those ships will open fire.
32 minutes?
More or less. Every timekeeping doodad on Earth is going all wonky right now.
Well, that's caused by magnetic flux bleed over in... Wait. Did you say open fire? Analysis of ship heat signatures indicate immense batteries of weaponry capable of instantaneously burning entire cities to cinders. Although those ships are so numerous that if they were to Oh, boy.
Doomsday. And the only people in the world with any hope of stopping it is your father, your mother, and you.
Well, what about you?
Oh, I'll help.
Well, what can we do?
Your mother and father are concocting a plan, and whatever it is, we need to be ready.
Pardon the interruption, but I want to point out that we take no responsibility for any strange noises you may think you hear outside your home. What's that? Purely imaginary. I assure you. Purely imaginary. All in your head. But do not go out and investigate. Stay inside. Watch the show. You are safer that way. Believe me.
For anything. I am ready for anything. Yeah, I was not ready for that. What on earth is it?
Nothing on Earth. It's up in one of those ships.
Wow. My first encounter with a creature from outer space? Well, introduce us.
I don't know this one. The one I met seems nicer.
Leave!
What?
Oh, Doris, don't antagonize it.
Antagonize it? I swear if it says that word one more time.
Human female retire to kitchen. Gartzenblook speak with male.
Chauvinistic bastard!
Honey, sweetie, let's not start the apocalypse early, please. You said that we need to be ready, so it might be beneficial for me to see what the ET here has to say. Okay, maybe this would be a good time to go start supper?
Excuse me?
Or change out an engine block.
Oh, dear me. I'm such a ditz. I'll just sashay off and let the men talk. Ask ye about ye ere they and at play.
Come again?
Ask ye about ye ere they and at play.
Are you having a stroke? Should I try to call 911?
She say, ask about their planet. Gartzenblook good at pig Latin.
That was pig Latin? Jeez, Doris, where did you dig that up? Oh, that's right. You're an anthropologist.
Actually, I do need to feed my cat.
Will I be alone, safe alone with that thing?
You're not in the same room, silly. It's cyberspace.
Oh, right. Wait, you have a cat?
Do you not like cats?
Well, sure I do. I just never had one.
Oh, you'll love Sebastian. He's a pretty little kitty, and sometimes he wears a hat.
Oh, you know, having a cat in the house would be kind of swell.
And it just might accustom you to the pitter-patter of little feet.
We never talked about that, did we?
Mm-mm. You do want children, don't you?
Well, of course. I'll need a son to carry on the family name.
What about a little girl?
Sure, what the heck? Let's have one of each.
Bellyful! Cease revolting dialogue of binary procreation.
Hey, don't knock it till you tried it.
I think that's my time to go. Love you.
Love you more. I think you better hang up.
No, you hang up.
But I'm staying to talk to what's it?
Oh, yeah.
Farewell, my sweet. Parting is such sweet, and there she goes. She's gone.
Room service.
If you're looking for room service, buddy, you've got the wrong number. I'm Robert Starr. See, it says right there.
Rob Earthstar? From NASA?
Why, yes, I do work for NASA. How did you know that?
Connect me to NASA mainframe. I would salvage Earth's technology before enacting the big kaput.
I'm certain that we have developed no gizmos that you don't already possess. I mean, your vessels are amazing. A veritable paradigm shift of mechanical marvels. You've demonstrated feats of engineering wizardry which supersede our more advanced innovation than we've ever dreamed is even possible. And your cloaking technology is the bomb.
Connect me to NASA mainframe.
And such astonishing maneuverability. I mean, they can hover and accelerate and turn and bank and stop in ways that defy the laws of physics. And I know those laws. I'm a physicist. I can't enforce them, but I know them.
Mainframe, now!
What kind of mileage do you get with those things? You flew all the way here from what? Rigel, Sirius, Procyon, Archinar? Am I hot? Am I cold? I bet there's a long stretch between gas stations. How do you not run out of fuel?
Beryllium.
You burn beryllium? That's odd. But how do you go about...
Oh! Connect me to NASA mainframe!
I can't. Even if I wanted to, which I don't, by the way. Security protocol. All civilian links sever automatically before I can be patched, and they control it, not me.
Physical coordinates?
What? Mine? No. You cannot come here.
Physical coordinates! I demand obsequious compliance!
Now, I may be a little unclear on the ground rules, but I don't think that applies until our apex takes the pledge.
Curse your ilk's obstinate antipathy!
I'm right, aren't I? Until the pledge is made, I don't have to do a thing you say. You're all bluff and bluster. Na 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 na.
Robert!
Yeah.
Stop teasing the alien.
But Dad, it started it.
Apologize to Gartzenbluk.
Sorry, Garter Boob.
Belly full!
You know I love you, son. But you gotta learn not to antagonize evil overlords.
It can't do anything until the pledge is made.
Except touch a button and blast the earth to oblivion.
Oh, yeah. That tiny little thing.
Hey, where's Doris?
Feeding her cat. She's a cat? I guess things sure will be different once I'm married.
Yes, they will, son. But you got a good catch there. And with the right woman, it's wonderful. But first, we need to save the world.
Oh, Robbie, I've missed you so much.
Apologies for not believing you earlier, Mom, but I'm fully on board now.
It's time to postulate our hypothesis. Robbie discovered that they expect our complete obedience upon obtaining the Apex Pledge.
I also discovered that their spaceships run on beryllium, of all things.
Beryllium? Drat, we never seem to have chemistry in the toolbox when we need it.
Oh, and I learned that they ig pay Hattenlay.
What?
Oh, wait, that's not actually that big.
Pig Latin? Well,
Yeah.
Huh. Well, their research is incredibly thorough. That's weird.
NASA is getting ready to patch me back in. I'm being cut off. I'll report this to my supervisors and return as soon as I can, ready for anything.
Okay. I love you, son. Be safe.
You know, we've only got one more opportunity to get a test subject observation before things go down to the wire. The gamut of our data array is too inclusive. We need to narrow the scope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cactorox's separation anxiety regarding potential offspring implies he would feel that they would share the same mind. Now, that assumption is refuted by the individual Zygloom's heterogeneous proclivities regarding propagation. Some are prudishly repressed, while others are sicko perverts.
Well said. Asexual reproduction limits the reach of their natural selection. The personalities aside, they consider themselves part of a single cooperative entity. I conjecture that they follow a strict, unconditional chain of command. That may be a flaw we can exploit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now we have our fulcrum. And when Cactorox returns, we must locate the lever and force.
This is Sandy Tigrini here in New York with another breaking world news report. To recap, our last story, alien spacecraft can congest every sky on the globe. And we have a clip to show you. digitally recovered from the Central Park camera feed showing an actual UFO. Let's take a look. That's Maxwell Stidwell. I thought you had a clip of a ship. Oh, wait, they have another one. Here we go, a real flying saucer. That's Jake O'Doul. These aren't UFOs, they're identified floating reporters. Authorities still report there has been no attempt at contact. But could they be covering it up? UFO conspiracists say yes. UFO conspiracists, however, are becoming an endangered species. Many have gone out to gawk at a ship and been drawn on up inside. Too close of an encounter for me. Wait, just in, breaking news. We have a live feed from inside an alien spaceship.
Hello, Sandy. This is on-the-scene reporter Maxwell Stidwell on the scene inside an alien vessel. Because Maxwell Stidwell is always on the scene.
How are they treating you?
Not well, Sandy. They marshaled me into a tiny cell, even smaller than my trailer. No doors, no windows, and no one to do my hair or makeup. I must look an awful fright.
You look fine, Maxwell.
No. Well, thank you, Sandy. I have not seen any fellow prisoners. Often I hear the transmat beam buzz, followed by lots of yelling and screaming and sometimes running and punching. Mostly I cower in my cell where it appears the plan is to slowly starve me to death.
You've only been on the scene half hour, Max.
But down there, my trailer is always stocked with goobers and jujubes. Here, the only nosh provided is something I can only describe as goop, the taste of which is actually not that bad.
Have you seen the aliens? Can you describe them?
Oh, yes, I have, Sandy. From the waist up, they kind of resemble people, but not people if you know what I mean. But from the waist down, they sort of kind of look like get me out of here, help me. I can't take it. Please, Mama, please, no.
We appear to have lost our feed again, but that was Maxwell Stidwell on the scene, always the consummate professional. Your regular program will now resume, but those here in New York should stay tuned for a story that's a bit risque. An A-list celebrity was seen canoodling with a B-lister. What? Shocking!
Ah, drat. I wanted to see who the celebrities were.
Focus, Helen, focus.
Oh, sorry. All right. In continuation of our cognitive collaboration, I wish to propose the premise that given the time constraint and the fact that if it's wrong, we're all dead, we promote your hypothesis directly to a theory and begin work on corollary suppositions.
I concur. And it's our theory, Helen, not mine. We're a team.
I love you. I love you, baby. You're just
let me know when you're done sequestering.
It's good to see you back, Doris. I was afraid you'd gone out after your cat.
But he's poor little thing. He's cowering under the bed. Where's Robert?
Conscripted back to work, but he said he'd be back when he could.
Did you witness him converse with the other alien?
For a while. That was one rude-ass alien.
That must have been Gartz and Bloke.
Did you make any evaluative observations which might aid in our analysis?
Well, I observed it was one rude-ass alien. And if it ever speaks like that to me again, I'll lay a metaphorical smack upside its head.
Bravo, Doris.
Yeah.
Spunk
Come
like
on.
that will help us carry the day.
anybody know what time it is?
Dang.
Proxies have failed. Commence whipping their armada to frenzy and inciting the Zygloom hordes to howl madly and chomp at the bit for the taste of blood and fire.
I literally had not taken that previous statement literally.
Oh, must you continue to squander your precious time? Is your apex waiting to make a dramatic entrance? Or do I go and return when you teeter on the brink of ruination? The Zygloom hordes would prefer not to chomp at the bit all 17 minutes.
Well, without timepieces, how can we be sure that the time you tell us is the truth?
Why do you Earthlings persist on equivocating in ridiculous twaddle?
Which element of my previous statement requires elucidation?
You define your word truth as not a lie. Yet a lie is not a truth. Both concepts cancel into paradoxical inanity.
Huh. Enlightening. Howard, before I shout Eureka, would you run a clinical trial?
Certainly. Cactarox, I state as fact, we will summon our apex as soon as you tell me there are 2 minutes remaining. You need merely speak those words. Now do it.
You have 16½ minutes remaining.
Hey, we don't know the correct time. Say we have 2 minutes and get what you want. Doesn't matter if it's a lie.
Clemency from blathering prattle in meaningless terms.
Kudos, Helen. Lever achieved. Now we just need the force to apply it.
You are determined to defer until you knock on Desolation's door. My presence is superfluous. I shall return when the time marks 2 minutes.
Wait. I'd like a clarification before you go.
In the interest of efficacious diplomacy, I shall indulge further inquiry. But take care you adhere to tangible terms. The next ludicrous non sequitur uttered will be my exit cue.
Tell us about the foofab.
That is a word best not spoke aloud.
You said that they are horrible.
Oh, 'tis fact. Those vile abominations are the most atrocious, contentious, and rapacious monsters in the galaxy. Should they find you before your apex pledge, it would be infinitely better for you to die.
Oh my god. What horrible, despicable atrocities would they commit upon us?
None at all. But we cannot take the risk that they make you a better offer.
What? But what if we opt to take that risk?
That option is not on the table. Submit or die.
How can you be so pitiless?
Egad, Cactarox, can you not for an instant see things from our point of view?
That is my exit cue. Despite my warning, you vex me with self-contradictory gobbledygook. When I return, your apex will have a scant 2 minutes to make the pledge.
I must say, Mr. and Mrs. Starr, it is exhilarating to watch you work. You demonstrate such a deft mastery of subtle nuance to nonchalantly draw your prey into the trap.
You have no idea what extrapolations we perform, do you, or Doris?
Not a clue, but I'm good at reading people, and the two of you are practically pulsating with excitement over the potential of what you just learned.
Quite right. I believe we now possess the fulcrum, the lever, and the force. However, I will require a brief rumination to aid me in determination of their proper application.
I concur. A brief period of research in the confines of our respective studies is in order. Sweet Doris, would you mind waiting here for Robert until we return?
Oh, I'll wait right here, all right. If there is even a hint of a chance my Robert will log on, wild horses couldn't drag me away. Not that wild horses would have any reason to try. Huh. What a curious expression. Wild horses. My beacon app still functions, but alas, there's no time or link to avail one iota of hope. Oh, it's you. It shouldn't sneak up on people like that. Shouldn't you be howling madly or chomping at the bit somewhere? You know, Garzenblook, I think we got off on the wrong foot. You can't really be that nasty at heart. Maybe you're misunderstood or had a traumatic childhood? Can we bury the hatchet? Do you know the expression, bury the hatchet?
Garzenblook fluent in all planet idiom.
Oh, do you know the one about wild horses? Do they really drag people away?
Soon all wild horses all will be cinder.
Huh. I hadn't thought of that. If you blow up the world, not only will people die.
Big boom make everything cinder.
Do you even care a whit about the beauty you'll destroy? Giant sequoias that have stood 3,000 years. Dolphins. Elephants. Polar bears. Birds.
Cinders! Cinders! Cinders!
Pretty little kitties in hats.
Pretty little cinders in hand.
Oh, now I know what I'd like to bury the hatchet with.
Doris! Oh, it's you, Garter Boob. Are you trying to hit on my fiancé? Shove off! Shouldn't you be, like, readying your warship for battle or something?
Armada whipped up to optimal level of sustained frenzy. Had time to spare.
Yeah, so why are you here?
To respond to nya 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 nya, knob fart star. Garzenblook also fluent in schoolyard taunt.
What? That is so stupid!
I
Oh my
know
God.
you are, but what am I?
What is this, kindergarten? Yeah, well, I'm rubber and it's glue. Sheesh, that alien burns me up.
Burn us all up to cinders.
Their engineering acumen far exceeds our ken, yet their mentality is so infantilely juvenile. The dunderheaded dodo birds actually intend to toast our planet for not blinking first in a gigantic game of galactic chicken?
The tragedy is that this wide, wonderful world teeming with diversified life forms and magnificent splendor shall perish so needlessly, all alone and mourned. Oh, it makes me mad enough to scream and sad enough to cry.
Sweet Doris, your compassion, it's so endearing. I think that you would lament the death of God's lowliest creature with nary a thought of your own. I confess, on the other hand, to being not so charitable. The only thing in all creation that I cannot bear the thought of losing is you.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
When I think I may never again be able to kiss you or to touch you or bask another moment in the warmth of your presence, that's what makes me want to weep.
Aren't we a pair? A couple of sobby cinders. But if you think I'd lament Garzenblook for a nanosecond, you're a half-wit.
So, what did you think of my mom and dad?
Oh, they're great. Even more wonderful than you said they were.
So, when do I get to meet yours? I mean, I talk about mine all the time, and yet you've never mentioned yours. If you're embarrassed by them, don't worry. I completely
No. They're great, but we're estranged.
My family, we wrote the book on Strange. Literally, they wrote 2.
Not strange, silly. Estranged. It means we grew apart. They live far away and I never see them.
Jeez. I can't imagine growing apart from my family. Do they at least write?
Listen, I loved my parents very much and they were great, but a time came when I had to make a choice between staying with them or seeing the world. I chose the world. Hardest decision I ever made, but also the best because it brought me to you.
God, I so wish I could hug you right now. But anything else I can do for you, milady? Just ask, and it is yours.
Anything?
Anything in my power.
Absolutely anything.
Nothing off the table.
Even that thing that meatloaf won't do?
Yes, even that. But you've got to tell me what it is because I don't know.
I don't think anybody does. But seriously, Robert, if we somehow live past this deadline thing, there may be something I ask of you later.
If in my power, it is yours.
Like, thank you.
Of course.
Oh, Robert, my boy, it's good to see you. Thank you, Doris, for holding down the fort. Hey, Robert, see what you can do to prevent being called away. I believe your participation will be of vital importance at the critical juncture.
There was only one officer on the whole command that I could convince, and that was Capcom Mason. So he disabled my base link so they cannot cut me off unless I signal him. He did it without orders. So if he's caught, we'll both be court-martialed. But I knew you would need me here.
Very good, Robbie. Normally we don't condone breaking the law, but saving the world is a wee bit more important right now.
Just a little. Once I knew about the beryllium, I was able to extrapolate the magnetic flux bleed over into our scanner equations to detect their cloaked ships. There's a second wave of ships coming in, and it's twice the size of the first. Why would they need so many?
Likely cargo ships for picking up slaves and plunder.
Hey guys, Sebastian is yelling. I need to check on him. BRB.
Poor cat. Dad, are you sure that you should be drinking right now?
Oh, it's just an old nip of the hair of the dog to settle my nerves. Now, don't tell your mom, and there's no harm done. Besides, my role in this endeavor is already done. I concocted the plan, and now you just have to do it.
But I don't know what the plan is. You haven't told me.
I will. Just wait till your mother gets home. Wait till your mother gets... Usually she says that about me.
Jack, sorry it took so long. Hobbs can be pretty wordy. Has your father outlined the strategy?
Not yet, Mom. He's drinking.
What?
Tattletale.
Howard! Stop drinking immediately and sober up too sweet. What are you doing? Why haven't you told him the plan? What are you thinking? You're drinking too much.
Well, you see, usually we do it together. And I do love to hear you say, I concur.
Oh my God. Okay. From what I can ascertain, there's only one possible solution. That if your father's calculations checked out, there's a 99.9% probability that our plans coincide.
If there's a 99.97 probability, actually, and now that your mother is here, we may proceed. Okay, we've established a three-part analogy of a lever, a fulcrum, and a force. You know, Archimedes once said, give me a lever long enough,
Howard?
and I can...
Howard, sweetheart. Everybody knows what Archimedes said. Okay? Let's skip that part.
Okay, then. Back to our analogy. Or was that a metaphor?
Oh my God. It's three metaphors within an analogy. The one thing it isn't is an allegory.
Or a simile.
Okay, good point. Now go on.
Okay, the lever you probably know about because we learned that one first. Or did we call that one the fulcrum?
No, Howard. Okay, for the sake of brevity, let's dispense with then you've got me so worked up.
The metaphor?
Let's dispense with the analogy. Completely. I'm not even drinking. Listen, it was cute, it was fun, but it really adds nothing of substance, and time is ticking, as they say.
Quite right, dear. So, we extrapolated 3 important characteristics. 1, they have a completely rigid, unconditional chain of command.
Yes. 2, they cannot dissemble. The idea of one member of the hive deceiving another is a concept never conceived. They cannot lie. Isn't that fantastic?
Except that it means that they're not bluffing about blowing us up.
True.
It's true.
It would have been better for us to have discovered they were bluffers. But science is not about finding what you want. It's about finding what is.
You know, Dad, it's great that you like to show your work, but we only need to know the plan, like now, before they arrive. Because if you don't tell me in time, we're all going to die.
Right.
I did not find Doris to lose her now. And from what I saw of the alien I met is that they are ruthlessly cruel without a single iota of empathy.
Okay.
That's our boy, Mama. He cuts right to it. All of our calculating and postulating, and he instinctively knows the answer.
I don't have any answer.
Actually, you do. Their lack of empathy is our means to defeat them.
It's the fulcrum for our lever, or the other way around.
Their ruthlessness is a result of a total inability to even imagine any point of view not their own. Ergo, they take as fact every race they meet thinks exactly like them.
Ergo, they think that every race they meet follows an unconditional chain of command.
Ergo, they take as fact that every race they meet cannot lie. They can't conceive the possibility.
Ergo sum. We were going about it all wrong. We don't need to locate and summon our apex. We make one.
Wait, what? Come again? Make one?
Theatrics, my boy, theatrics. Did I ever tell you I played Henry V?
Only 37 times.
Robert, we need you to play the apex. It's the only way.
But Garter Boob will recognize me.
What? What did you call it?
Sorry, Mom. I know its name is Garts and Blook.
Oh my God, I thought I raised you better than that. Just because it's an evil Lord preparing to raise the planet, that's no reason to call it names.
Sorry, Mom.
I'd ground you if you were still at home. Cactarx typically shows up alone. We can only hope that they continue that pattern. Okay?
Oh! How about if Garter Boob crashes the party, you tell
Howard.
it you're Rob Ertstar's identical twin brother. Did I tell you that I once performed in the Comedy of Errors?
You'll just have to improvise, son. Improvise like the wind.
Your character's name is Rooms Ervas.
But son, yes. But listen, son, this is the most important thing to remember. The keystone of our plan.
Yes, it's the critical, diabolically clever element that draws the line between triumphant success and utter failure.
You just need to make sure.
You have 2 minutes remaining.
Oh.
No.
Excuse me, Cactarox.
No.
We're not quite ready yet. Could you make that entrance again?
Oh.
Your Honor, May we have a moment alone with our client, please?
Cease the dwaddle pop! And you? Are you finally he?
Yes, I am finally I, the great and terrible Earth Apex, Rooms Avas, at your service.
It is our bliss to finally meet you.
May I just say one more thing, Venerable Ambassador Cactrox?
You may not! How, Star? Any gratitude Zygloom might have felt at you having summoned the Apex was negated by your tactics of delay and insolence. You may go!
And what if I won't? You know, until that pledge is made, you can't make me do anything.
Except go away.
How did you do that?
Cactrox is now the chat room leader. Hell and Star, your adequate servitude in conscripted capacity shall be noted at time of collection. You may go.
No, wait, the plan.
No time for formalities. Look at your monitor and read the words aloud.
Sorry that took so long. I was...
Door East! Apex Rooms of Us is in the process of making the pledge. Your presence is an intrusion. You may go.
No, wait. I want her here.
She is female and irrelevant.
Nevertheless, I've got this, honey, don't worry. I demand it as my final official act before sealing the planet to Zygloom. I insist unequivocally that she stay.
Allow. God, at this rate, I'll never bud. Read the pledge now.
By the power vested in me, Earth Apex Rooms Avast.
Is there a problem, Rooms or Voss?
No, just genuflecting this momentous occasion.
Oh, yes.
This is an emotional time for me.
The time is ticking. Countdown to Big Boom in final stage.
Rooms of Us looks familiar.
Yoo-hoo! Gars and look like what you see. That thing.
Oh.
Binary program. Awaiting your fantasy's pleasure. Oh, now.
Door East! Your ridiculous antics are enough to kill 3 camels! You must go!
No, wait. I'm ready now. All right. Here we go. By the power vested in me, Earth Apex Rooms Avast. That's right there. Do hereby pledge in situ proxy full control of the planet Earth and all it contains, be it animal, vegetable, mineral, or ectoplasmic, and future progeny of such without exception until the end of time, to immediate, eternal, obsequious compliance, that no Zygloom warship shall blast my planet asunder. For Zygloom is the power and the glory, that we may live in the house of their apex forever. Amen. Pinky swear. Wait, pinky swear?
So noted. Earth Apex's pledge duly recorded. Please emit copies of all ships to facilitate domination, plus transmit 5D triplicate copy to the Galactic Conquest Conflict Enforcement Bureau and mark Operation Earthbind complete. One more thing. Cancel Big Boom. I repeat, cancel Big Boom. All ships stand down. This is Zygloom planet now. We shall not blast asunder. God, that was close. You had 2 seconds.
So, what happens now?
Rooms of us, you're no longer Apex. You'll maintain nominal beta status among your own kind during the transition, despite your impetuous impertinence regarding presence of subject Door ease. You have my gratitude for allowing us to wrest total planetary dominance from the grasp of your wretched hands. In way of thanks, Zygloom awards you this nice parting gift. We'll leave this chat room open so that you may say your goodbyes while awaiting collection. Cacturox out!
Is that it? Did you save the planet?
I'm not sure. Sorry. It didn't blow up, but somehow I don't feel we are out of the woods quite yet.
Where are your parents?
Cacturox booted them from the chat. God, I hope he didn't block them. They didn't finish explaining the plan, and I'm afraid I missed something.
I thought you did swell.
And you didn't do so bad yourself, that little dance.
Well, you'll always be apex in my book.
Robert, what happened? We didn't blow up. Did the ruse work?
Appears to have, but it doesn't feel right. I think I messed it up somewhere.
Okay. Tell me, son, and this is important. When you made the pledge, did you get every word right? Did you miss a word, paraphrase, or maybe miss a glottal stop?
No, Mom. I read the text verbatim. Every syntax, every syllable, every subtle nuance of pronunciation. Just the way you taught me.
Oh, dear.
What?
Oh, dear.
What's the matter? What'd I do?
Oh, babe. You see, that was part of the plan we never got to explain. You were supposed to say it wrong. Throw in an extra word or leave one out or add a lisp or a stutter.
I didn't know.
Oh, babe. Oh, baby.
It wasn't your fault.
Oh, honey. No, babe. It's okay. It was my fault. Mommy bad. I'm so sorry. We took so long explaining the stratagem that we were unable to finish. Your father and I overindulged our penchant for dramatic reveals. Again.
The big boom fizzled, ergo the plan must have worked. Cheers to a successful quest. We have slain the dragon and saved the maiden. Arguably, we only bought some time, but that is the chalkboard on which we can build the equation to conclude the final argument.
I regret to inform you, Howard dear, my little drunken sweetie, but we experienced a system failure level snafu times 10.
What? What happened? Robbie did the pledge, didn't he? I mean, he must have, or we'd be big boom cinder now. Stopping the clock was a smashing success.
Yes, but he said it correctly.
What do you mean correctly? He skipped a word or performed a paraphrase or you know what I think could be funny? if he would have said the whole thing and then at the very end shout, "Not."
Sorry to say that I read it in perfect verbatim.
But that wasn't the scheme we concocted.
We never told him the scheme, remember? Drunkie? We were interrupted by Cacturox. We took so long with the proof, we never got to the result. Do you even remember?
Oh. Stupid Howard. All that babbling about levers and fulcrums and Archimedes moving the earth. Egads, man, curse the day.
Oh, jeez.
I don't see what it would have accomplished anyway. The recording they got won't do a thing for them either way.
Yes, but when they came back demanding answers, we would point out the flaw and agree to fix it. But now when they come back, we have no answer.
I'm sure that even they have a limit on how many times they'd buy that.
In the given scenario, time was our most precious resource, our lowest common denominator. Without time, we were dead, denominator. Once we had that, we could refocus our effort to organizing worldwide subterfuge and to foment rebellion, to organize resistance, and give our brave fighting lads some time to mount a counterattack.
Those are pipe dreams, Dad. I've seen the scans of their vessels. Look at that. We can't fight them. They got phasers, photon torpedoes. They're emitting suppression fields that have pinned down and rendered useless every military piece of ordnance in the world. We never stood a chance.
Well, excuse me for trying, Mr. Downey Smarty Pants.
Howard! Apologize to your son. Oh, so mean.
Sincerely sorry, Robert. I'm just voicing deep frustration. Sorry, son, I truly am.
It's okay, Dad. I understand. For what it's worth, I'm sorry too.
Me again. I just want to point out that we take no responsibility for those of you seeking solace in the time-worn platitude that it is always darkest before the dawn. Sometimes it's darkest when colossal, hostile, alien vessels blot out the sky before they blast you into smithereens. Ah! Just saying, you can't count on a happy ending. The squeamish among you may wish to look away on the bright side. Sometimes witnessing a horrible tragedy can provide one a purging catharsis. So at least there's that.
In times like these, I mark the immortal bard and what King Henry said at Agincourt. He said, if we are marked to die, we are now to do our country loss. And if
Howard,
to live...
Take a bow. I mark the words of my loving husband, Howard Starr, who once told me, the woman I married would never give up so easy. I'm going back to the drawing board, guys. I feel an inkling of inspiration tickling my brain. We can do this. Let me conjugate a moment, okay?
Robert?
Yes, my love?
Remember when I said I might ask you to do something?
As I said, name it, and it is yours.
It won't be easy.
Did I not say anything in my power?
Okay, well, soon the whole world may be reduced to smoking rubble, leaving no sign we ever existed. It's a sentimental whim, but I'd like to send a text into space saying how much I loved you. A message that someone out there might someday, I don't know, intercept and listen to. Is that stupid?
No, not at all. I think it's sweet. But the cell service is down.
Oh, I have my text to Wi-Fi app.
Then we are in luck. Jester Mason can patch that link directly to a two-way type beam using laser signal using any frequency or heading of your choice.
Do you remember my birthday?
Of course, 5 days before mine.
Use those numbers for the frequency. Month, then day. And you know the constellation Seven Sisters?
The Pleiades?
Aim it there, at the one star you can't see with the naked eye.
Merope.
It said that she had to turn her face away in shame because she was the only goddess who stooped to marry a mortal. I want to tell her it's okay because I was immortal, engaged to a god.
I think you are confused over which one of us is divinity.
Oh, don't ruin my moment. You can tell every other star in the heavens whatever you like. This is between me and Merope. Do that for me, please, Robert, and hurry back to me.
Will you be okay here?
I'll be fine until you return, and it would make me feel better about what's coming.
Your every wish is my command. Back in a jiff.
You just wanted him out of the way, didn't you?
I think the Zygloom will return soon, spitting mad at Robert. There's not much he can do to help. He's racked with guilt about the plan going awry, though it wasn't his fault.
Right.
He'll cope better being kept busy with a difficult task than sitting here dwelling on it. Idle hands are the devil's playground.
You know, as a microbiological biologist, I used to think that parable... Is that a parable?
It's an adage, hon.
Adage, yes. Thanks, love. I used to think that adage was about bacteria. I imagined idle hands were swarming with teensy-weensy devils, using them as playgrounds. I thought it meant you're supposed to wash your hands.
Yeah, Howard, sweetheart, will you be a dear and log off for a moment and let the ladies talk, okay?
Your wish is my command, my sweet. Toodaloo, I love you.
I love you too, babe.
Oh, is he going to be okay?
Are any of us?
Good point.
Howie will be fine. His mind works so fast. He drinks sometimes to slow it down. He metabolizes it quickly, but he'd be worthless to us right now.
You think they're coming back soon, too, don't you? And you have a plan.
Yes. I doubt it will work, but it's worth a try. I may need your help.
I'm with you, Mrs. Starr.
Call me Helen.
Where is Rooms Boss?
Why, Ambassador, whatever is the problem?
This planet's subjects are neither obsequious nor compliant.
None of the populace is obeying the pledge. None! Something here is very wrong.
Heads will roll, feet will stomp.
Why do they not obey the Apex Pledge?
Because Rooms Vaz wasn't really Apex.
He must have been! He told me so, that's fact!
Perhaps he thought he was. And perhaps he and all his simpering sycophants were unaware of a higher presence, a higher Earth Apex, which overrode and nullified his pledge.
No, Rooms Vaz was Apex male. Human males are the dominant species on Earth!
You see, that's where you miscalculated, Cactorox. Well, it's true that men rule the world. Nobody disputes that, right? What they don't even know, however, is that women rule the men.
Then who is Earth's true Apex?
You're looking at her.
Oh. It appears we underestimated the female species. A mistake we shall not repeat. Zygloom now delivers its final ultimatum. You will not have 1 hour. You will have 1 minute. If you fail to complete the pledge, we shall sit in our ships and watch you burn to cinders.
Armada resuming battle frenzy and hungry for blood and fire.
If you misspeak 1 word or fail to enunciate, we watch you burn to cinders. Immediately after you make the pledge, it will be tested. If the subjects do not immediately show obsequious compliance, we shall...
Cinder! Countdown commence!
Helen, do you know what my middle name is?
No, don't try to pass code. I'm fluent in all Earth languages and idiom.
My middle name is Exa. X-I-A.
I know that one. It means glow of the morning sun in Mandarin Chinese.
Doris X McKenna?
Deus
Uh-huh.
Ex
Uh-huh.
Machina!
Deus Ex Machina!
Deus Ex Machina? A narrative plot device wherein a completely unexpected power or event suddenly appears at the very last moment to snatch victory from the jaws of impending shore defeat. Well, it can be considered hackneyed and contrived. With the proper foreshadowing and integration, it can prove very effective. Tag Doors, you're it.
Robert reported a second, larger wave of cloaked Zygloom ships coming in to join you. But that didn't make sense. Zygloom has more firepower here than it can possibly need. So I figured they weren't Zygloom ships. They're Fufab.
Oh.
Impossible!
And thanks to my nifty new link patched into my phone by Robert's NASA connection, I'm in direct contact with their battle commander.
We have a binding legal pledge made by Earth Apex.
You got squat, honey.
Every single one of your ugly ass Zygloom ships currently has two bigger Fufab ships locked and loaded, aimed right up its keister.
Ooh.
So, here's their ultimatum. You have 2 minutes to beam every single hostage you took safely back to Earth. Then tuck your tentacles between your other nether appendages and get the hell out of Dodge. Fail to meet any of those deadlines or come anywhere near this solar system again this millennium, and the sky will be raining Zygloom cinders. If my future father-in-law, Howard Starr, were here, he'd quote Henry V at Harfler. Will you yield and thus avoid, or guilty in defiance be thus destroyed? But Helen and I will opt to quote Dirty Harry. You gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
Oh.
Well, do you, punk?
Don't forget to take a left turn at Aldebaran.
I have to say, Doris, if that was a bluff, it was the biggest humdinger in the history of bluffs.
Oh, their sensors told them it wasn't a bluff. Their fleet uncloaked.
All hail the Fufab! Oh, I don't think you know how Zoom works. Oh, I guess you do.
Rico, Commander. Esca tudo Mary.
Esca tudo Mary?
Esca tudo Mary.
Doris! Bargot urvas undrongi?
Iguala Morugan, Commander.
Esca tudo Mary!
Oh, the Vupab is a Zygloom word, heinously offensive in Galacticanese. Their real name you could not pronounce.
Who are you?
A cultural anthropologist writing a doctoral thesis on the extension of indigenous cultures. I believe the Zygloom hacked one of my report transmissions and got the link, the chat room, and Robert's name. I triggered a distress beacon, but never imagined they could possibly arrive in time.
Are you human?
Close enough. My people are very like-minded binary procreators. I took this assignment as a small child and was modified at the genome level. It's permanent and thorough. And if you're wondering if I really love him, I do. With all my heart.
Well, I see that in your eyes when you look at each other. Reminds me of Howie and me.
Humanity is being assessed for its inclusion into the Galactic Collective. When ready, it'll be asked to join. Not in your lifetime, probably not Robert's or mine either, but possibly that of your grandchildren. We may not be able to surpass your pinnacle of human evolution, but we are going to try. And I just know they will love their Nana and Papa. Can I ask you not to tell him, Helen?
Oh, please. Call me Mom.
Mom?
Horace! Mom, you won't believe it. They're leaving. The first wave beat cheeks at speeds I can't even contemplate. With that second wave hot on their heels. Wait, what are you two talking about?
My future grandchildren.
I think I want 5.
Oh.
All right.
Helen! Guess what? They finally delivered my baked potato, and it has chili. That's so good.
Oh, that's nice, dear. Just remember to take small bites and chew each one thoroughly, babe, okay?
You're so good to me, my love.
Sandy Tigrini back in the studio, thank goodness, with a breaking world news report. Say bye-bye. Reports are coming in from all over the world. The innumerable UFOs that showed up just over an hour ago are now gone. There are also numerous reports that our military was seen mobilizing just before the ship zipped off into the clouds. We may never know if they meant us harm. Just before leaving, the spaceships beamed everyone they had captured safely back to Earth. And here, for an exclusive on-the-scenes report, is our very own on-the-scenes reporter, Maxwell Stidwell.
Maxwell Stidwell here, on the scene at my house.
Well, welcome back from your harrowing ordeal, Maxwell. How did you get back?
I don't remember much, Sandy. One minute I was in my cell eating goop, and the next thing I remember, I was on the lawn in front of my house. I didn't have a microphone or any clothes. Luckily, I had a spare microphone at my house.
Is there anything else you can remember, Max? Anything at all?
They showed me a boring film about room service, then ordered me to do things. Degrading, humiliating things. I refused. I am a reporter, not an intern.
Did something just come back to you, Max?
I remember now. One of those things had their way with me, and it was actually not that bad. Huh.
We take no responsibility for those upset to discover that tonight's events were more a lot more real than we let on. We didn't want to create panic, but the crisis was averted this time. Your pitiful planet is safe for now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ralph Turley, the writer and director, and I want to thank the Miracle Theater for allowing this show to go together. And this fantabulous cast, everybody was great. We have as the disclaimer, Rose Taylor, blows up real good. As the humans, we have Howard Starr, played by Jason Caffarella. Helen Starr, played by Diane Slamp. Robert Starr, played by Andrew Freeberg. Doris X. McKenna, played by Ariel Hicks. And the Zygloom, Cacturox, played by Harriet Owen Nixon, and all of her mustaches. Garchenbluck, played by Ellie Smith. The news crew have Sandy Tigrini, played by Kathy O'Brien. Maxwell Stidwell, played by Tim Harris.
On the scene.
And Jake O'Doul, played by Pat Leathram. Pat Leathram was also our backup actor because in virtual theater, you never know someone may be connected, so we have someone stand by watching the script in case they have to fill in an emergency. Our other backup actor was Rachel Kohler, who you also saw as the fleet commander. And the stage manager, special effects guru extraordinaire, Amanda Vanderheide, put it all together for us. And also thanks for original music by Grant Cumston.